What's up, YouTube? I'm back. I hope you guys are enjoying your holiday season so far. This little 3-part series I am bringing to you guys because I find one of the questions that I get asked the most is, what did you do when you first started? What kind of workout routine were you following? What was your meal plan like? And if it's not that, I'll get questions about what people should do when they're just starting out their fitness journey, what kind of workout plans or meal plans I recommend. So I figured this is a perfect time to do this because January is quickly approaching, and that means that a lot of people will be either starting out their fitness journey and setting new fitness goals. So I figured that doing this 3-step beginner guide to fitness would be an awesome way to give back to you guys for all the support that you have given me this past year with YouTube. And not only that, if you're an Instagram follower or Twitter or any social media platform and you constantly engage with me and leave supportive comments or just showing any kind of support, this is my way to give back to you guys by sharing my fitness tips and what I would recommend for all of you out there who are wanting to get started with your fitness journey and start working towards your fitness goals. So this little 3-step guide is gonna include a lot of tips. I will be giving out a free sample meal plan and a free workout plan as well. It is based on 8 weeks, and obviously it's not customized because I can't sit here and make a meal plan and a workout plan for each and every one of you, but it is something that you can use as a guide, and hopefully it gives you some kind of structure and idea as to what you should be following to get started on your fitness journey. I do provide some examples of how you can make it more personalized to your goals and yourself, so we will jump right in. I did write everything down on this. It's actually like pretty lengthy. It took me a whole day to actually plan out because I wanted to make it as structured and as clear as possible, because sometimes I can get really lost in thought and just ramble and I don't come across as clear as I'd like. And I don't know if it's to do with the fact that I'm like Colombian and English is my second language, or the fact that I have really bad ADD, but I feel like sometimes when I'm trying to explain something I can get really lost in thought. So I thought just writing everything down would make it a lot easier for you guys to understand. As I was planning all of this out, I came up with a really awesome idea. Well, I thought anyways. I want to make some donations to the Make-A-Wish Foundation for Christmas. So if you want to have everything written in paper, the sample meal plan is here, the 2 workout programs are here, all my tips and tricks and everything is on this little booklet, I guess you can call it. If you would like to have the written copy of it, I will be putting it up on my website at $0, and then you can send me whatever you feel like donating to my PayPal, and all of those proceeds will be going to the Make-A-Wish Foundation for Christmas. So if you would like to do that, then I will put the link down below, and then you can go ahead and make the purchase, send whatever you feel like donating to my PayPal, and then you will receive the written copy on your email. So with that being said, let's jump right into the part 1 of the 3-part series to the 8-week guide to your best self. On part 1, we're going to be focusing on the most important things that you need to do to get started on your fitness journey. Little reminder for all of you, these are simple recommendations to help you live a healthier lifestyle and achieve your fitness goals. It's simply what I'm recommending to you all. It's not written in stone. It's just a guide for those of you who feel like you need a little more guidance to get started with your fitness goals. The first thing that you're going to want to do is take starting pictures, weight, and measurements. Weight fluctuations can happen very easily, so to avoid that, make sure you always weigh yourself on an empty stomach if possible at the same time every time you weigh in. You're going to want to set some realistic short-term and long-term goals for yourself, because having a clear vision of what you want to accomplish is beyond important to stay motivated throughout your journey. I would also recommend making a weekly schedule for yourself where meal prep and the gym become a part of your weekly routine. This way you can see things written down on paper, and that's really going to help keep you accountable to your goals and what you need to be doing. In my opinion, it isn't necessary to track macros or be super strict with yourself if you are just a beginner. Simply changing your eating habits and becoming more active will help you achieve results, because it will be a shock to your body. By taking things slowly and taking baby steps, you will most likely be more successful because it won't be too much all at once. Sometimes taking too much on can be very discouraging and make us quit before we even get started. Before I got serious with fitness, a lot of the times I didn't make it out alive because I would just try to do too much right off the bat. I would go to the gym every single day. I would cut out all the foods that I thought were bad for me, and I just found that taking baby steps, making small changes every single day, and just making making a small effort every day is what's really going to help you be successful in your journey, because it's not going to be too much at once. You're not going to feel deprived or restricted. So taking baby steps is super crucial, but if you feel like you're ready to jump right into tracking macros and just give it a go, you can go to the macro calculator on ifym.com and you can go ahead and tweak the following meal plan that I'm going to be sharing with you guys. Just remember that this meal plan is a simple guideline. I don't recommend following it as is, just because the macros and the calories aren't set to your goals or your body or your physical activity. So just remember, it's a guideline, and I would highly recommend checking out the macro calculator on ifym.com, because this will help you figure out what macro split and what intake you should be following. So the meal plan that I made, give me 1 second here. The macros are 127 protein, 170 carb, and 57 fat. It is following a macro ratio of 30% protein, 30% fat, and 40% carb. That's usually the macro ratio that I like using. I feel like it's very balanced and it's just a good start for most people, and it's based on 1700 calories a day. I also try to split up the protein somewhat equally in between all 5 meals, and the carbs are based around your pre-workout, post, and post-workout meals, just because I feel like that's when your body needs carbs the most. And if your main goal is fat loss, then it is more beneficial having your carbs around your workout, just because, like I said, it's when your body needs it most. For meal 1, I recommend having 2 slices of turkey bacon, 1 whole egg, 1 slice of Ezekiel bread, which is my favorite bread ever. It's so good. It's a very healthy, wholesome bread, and 55 grams of avocado, at least 5 grams of carbs from vegetables. So you can use MyFitnessPal or any food tracker to figure out how much of what vegetable you need to eat to complete those 5 grams of carbs. For meal 2, I recommend having 26 grams of pea science select protein powder and 20 grams of almond or all natural nut butter. And that's just going to be like a little snack, little midday snack. And then for meal 3, which would be like your lunch, or I guess just your third meal, you can have 2 ounces of chicken breast or any other kind of lean protein, which would be like fish or shrimp or extra lean ground turkey or egg whites, 180 grams of sweet potato, 35 grams of light feta cheese, and 8 grams of carbs from vegetables. Just like with the lean protein, you can also switch the carb source, which would be the sweet potato, for like brown rice, any other kind of potato. There's brown rice pasta. You can also use like whole wheat wraps or just things like that. You don't have to limit yourself to sweet potato. For meal 4, which would be like your pre-workout meal if you go to the gym after work, or if you go to the gym in the early evening, which I find it's the time that the gym is most busy, which obviously means that it's the time that most people choose to go to the gym. You can have 150 grams of plain Greek yogurt, 10 grams of pea science select protein powder, which you can mix with the Greek yogurt to give it flavor. I love that mix. And you can top it with 1/4 cup of low-fat granola, 50 grams of semi-sweet chocolate chips, and 100 grams of berries. So it can be like a super yummy chocolate chip granola parfait. And then for meal 5, which could be your post-workout meal, you can have 2 ounces of chicken breast. Like I said, it can be any kind of lean protein, 1 fajita-sized tortilla, 30 grams of Tex-Mex shredded cheese, 30 grams of holy guacamole dip, and 1 Skinny Cow ice cream sandwich to cure that sweet tooth, and 5 grams of carbs from veggies, because you can't forget the vegetables. I always recommend having at least 3 servings of vegetables a day, just to make sure that you're getting your micronutrients in. So those are some food options that you can include in your daily meal plan. Obviously, it's not limited to that. Later on down in the program, I will go over what kind of ratio you should be following in terms of whole foods and more fun foods, I guess you can call them. So the next thing that I want to talk about is cheat meals. I don't think they're necessary. When you're craving something, simply have it. If you're eating in moderation, this will not set you back whatsoever, whereas sometimes having cheat meals will cause overeating, which can in turn slow down the process. There is no need to create this cheat meal mentality. This will only develop unnecessary bad relationships with food. What I mean when I say that it can cause overeating is the fact that you have that mentality of, okay, I can eat whatever I want in this time period. You might end up just stuffing your face with things that you're not even craving, just because you know that you can have it within that time. So that's why I highly recommend not incorporating cheat meals and just having things when you're craving them. After all, these are lifestyle goals. You don't need to be super strict with yourself and create any kind of restrictions for yourself. Supplements are 100% optional. They're simply an aid to maximize your results, but they're most definitely not necessary. Either way, I know this topic interests a lot of you, so I'll share some of my favorites. For a healthy body, I recommend multivitamins, fish oils, probiotics, digestive enzymes, and greens drinks, especially if you're really bad at eating your vegetables. And for training essentials, I like using my P.O Select Protein, which is a whey encasing protein matrix, just simply another way to get your protein in if you struggle with eating meat. Also P.O Amino IV, which are just BCAAs, and they help with recovery and performance, and they will also prevent your body from going into a catabolic state when you are in a fat loss phase, which just simply means that it will prevent your body from using muscle as energy when you are in a caloric deficit. P.O Shift, which is a stimulant-free leaning agent. P.O Alphamine, which is a fat burner and pre-workout. P.O High Volume, which is a pump enhancer. P.O Ergonine, which is the athlete's drink. It has every component necessary to help you perform and recover better. And then my favorite fat burning stack is the P.O Alphamine, High Volume, and Shift. All together, they work amazing. I'm not just saying that because I am a sponsored athlete. I definitely wouldn't endorse the products if I didn't truthfully believe in them. If you guys are interested in getting any P.O products, you can use my code Valentina at checkout on www.pscience.com, and that will get you 30% off your entire order. And I think that's about it for the nutrition part. So if you would like to have the written copy of this, you can go ahead and link down below, and that will give you access to everything that I wrote down on these pieces of paper, which is the sample meal plan, the sample workout plan, all my nutrition tips, and just tips that will help guide you through this journey. So if you guys enjoyed this first part of the 3-part 8-week guide to your best self, it's so hard saying that, I like forget what I'm even saying halfway through. But if you guys did enjoy it, make sure you give the video a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel and you enjoy my content, then make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you feel like this would be helpful to some of your friends, your family members, anyone, do not be afraid to share the video. I really hope you guys find this helpful, and I'm excited to keep sharing all my tips with you guys and hopefully make your fitness journey a lot easier this coming year. See you guys in the next part.